Well, I'm Sarah Bradbury from The Upcoming. Lovely to meet you. So tell me about winning this award. How does it feel?
Oh, this is a real great... I can't speak. I'm so excited about it. I'm talking so much about it, but this is not just about me. This is about the children, our families and staff back at school in Nottingham, and we're all one team, so it's all about celebrating success today.
And so what did you do to win this award? I understand it's like you've been helping kids get into film, to direct films. You know, what's the process been?
So we joined into film right at the very beginning, and that was just by running a small film club, having a small group of children watching films and then reviewing it. It's now grown now, so our main focus is bringing families together to watch films and to write about it. We've also moved that focus on now to writing their own endings, their character profiles, so a real love of learning, not just the children, but as a family.
And we've got a female director here. Have you noticed a difference in the way boys and girls will react to getting involved in filmmaking?
I think what's good about film is it encourages all. It doesn't matter whether you're a boy or girl. For us, it encourages all, and they all take part in it. And it is really good. I keep talking about the film where there was a parent talking about their daughter's now love of learning and how she was developing. So that's a real bonus for us. And this just doesn't stay with film. This moves on to all their learning.
Absolutely. And what's it been like for you being involved with this organisation?
I love this organisation. I always think to myself, who would I be today if there was an organisation like this? When I was a small person, I didn't come to film till quite late in life. And actually, I think one of the reasons why I did come to film in a way late in life was because of a great teacher that I had in an adult education class who commented on my ability to write. So I know if I'd had that encouragement at a much younger age, it would have made a difference. And that's partially why I want to be involved in into film. The rest of why I want to be involved is because it's such fun, and I love to see the light in the children's eyes, the excitement that is created by learning. I mean, ultimately, in the end, by putting films together, by learning a critical analysis of films, however they come to film, in the end, when you boil it down, don't tell them, it's learning. So that's a really, really great thing, and that excitement I carry back to the edit suite with me as I go back up Shaftesbury Avenue in a few minutes' time to go back to work. It inspires me to do better, because I talk about how I love the fact that my films often end up in classrooms and often end up with children talking about those films, discussing those films, criticising those films, writing new endings for those films. Looking at how perhaps to approach life or see life from a different aspect because of film. It's so important. So, into film for me is something that I'll support for as long as I live.
And do you think that there's enough diversity in filmmaking now? Do you see that it's shifting?
The figures show that there isn't enough diversity, and the reality is figures are not emotional. Figures are fact. They are what they are, and the facts show that of course there are not. There is not enough diversity. We women still make up half the population and don't represent anywhere near that when it comes to being on film or behind the camera when it comes to film. And when you talk about marginalised groups, ethnic groups, other groups, we still are not represented in the way that we need to. So much work needs to be done. The good thing is that some elements of the industry are starting to put action behind the words, and we just have to keep up that momentum.
Well, you've been quite a trailblazer. So what projects have you got for this year?
I am currently working on my latest film, Where Hands Touch, which stars Amanda Stenberg of Hunger Games fame, who is a biracial teenager in 1944 Berlin, and sort of sees that world through the eyes of, or the gaze that we haven't ever really seen it before.
And then will you be showing the film in one of your classes?
He better do now. Just telling you.
Under pressure. Of course.
What sorts of films do you have in your classes? Do you have a little bit of everything?
Well, and a lot of it's down to the children, and then also they get to choose, but then I throw in my films that I like, often from my childhood. So, but it is about looking for what those films are. So sometimes it's using a film for clip, which just can spark that little bit of ignition into learning, and particularly some of the historical films, using them to just ignite learning, again, for history. There's some real great opportunities for using film.
All right, fantastic. Well, congratulations again. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you.